What's up guys, Saf here on SuperSaf TV, and it's starting to get very competitive within the £500 to £600 price point. We've got some very good devices offering some great flagship features in this price range, and some of the best in this price range have to be the OnePlus 7 and the HONOR 20 Pro. And those are the two that we're going to be comparing head to head in this video. I was going to initially do a comparison of the HONOR 20 Pro versus the OnePlus 7 Pro, but these two come in at almost exactly the same price. So let's break down all the key differences. Now, initially looking at the build, we've got similar builds on both. There's a metal frame with curved glass on the back, which does make them comfortable to hold. Both have a glossy mirror finish, but the HONOR 20 Pro does have this sort of holographic effect at the back, which you might like. And they both come in two colors each. So we've got Phantom Black and Phantom Blue, which is what we got here. And the OnePlus 7 Pro comes in this mirror gray, and there is also red, although that's only going to be available in India and China. Now, neither of these have an official rating for water and dust resistance, and they both are very similar in size. The OnePlus 7 is slightly larger. Now, that is partly because you do get a slightly larger display on the OnePlus 7. If we look at the front of both of these, you'll notice that both devices also have a very high screen to body ratio, but they both have different solutions for the front-facing camera. We've got a dewdrop notch on the OnePlus 7. On the HONOR 20 Pro, we've got a punch out. Now, which of these prefer is going to come down to your personal preference. We do have different display technologies, however. We've got IPS LCD on the HONOR 20 Pro, and we've got AMOLED on the OnePlus 7. Now, personally speaking, I do prefer AMOLED displays. They have better colors and also better viewing angles. But that's not to say that the HONOR 20 Pro has a bad display. It's also a very good display. Both have a full HD plus resolution. So in terms of sharpness, both are pretty much on par. Now, it is going to come down to personal preference. Which one do you like better? Do you think the cutout is less intrusive compared to this dewdrop notch? Do you prefer AMOLED over LCD? Let me know in the comments below. Now, moving on to the internals, we've got the Qualcomm Snapdragon 855 chipset on the OnePlus 7. On the HONOR 20 Pro, we've got the Kirin 980. Both are 7 nanometers and both are very, very respectable. And for RAM, the OnePlus 7 Pro does come with 6 or 8 gigabytes of RAM. The HONOR 20 Pro comes with a base of 8 gigabytes of RAM and 256 gigabytes of storage. Now, I really like what HONOR have done here. They've not faffed around with a smaller storage version. They've gone straight in, 8 gigabytes of RAM, 256 gigabytes of storage, which is really nice. The OnePlus 7 Pro also comes in a 128 gigabyte version. However, we do have UFS 3.0 storage, which is much faster than what we've got on the HONOR 20 Pro. So speed and performance, I think both of these are going to be absolutely fine, but the storage speed, you're going to get much faster speeds here on the OnePlus 7 Pro. For software, we've got Android Pie on both of these, but we've got Oxygen OS on the OnePlus 7. On the HONOR 20 Pro, we've got Magic UI. Now, personally, I do prefer Oxygen OS. I like the fluidity of it. It's just really nice and clean. Magic UI is okay. You may or may not like it. It's very similar to EMUI from Huawei. And I know we've had all of this news about Android being blocked on Huawei and HONOR devices. OnePlus is also a Chinese manufacturer, so I'm not sure exactly what's going to be happening going forward. As far as I'm aware, these devices should be okay for now. Now let's look at the cameras. You'll notice that we've got a dual camera setup on the OnePlus 7. On the HONOR 20 Pro, we have a quad rear-facing camera setup. Right, so let me break all of these down for you. The primary camera is 48 megapixels on both devices, and it's using the exact same Sony sensor. We do have different lenses, however, and the HONOR 20 Pro has a super wide f1.4 aperture. We've got an f1.7 aperture on the OnePlus 7 Pro. Now, the secondary camera on the OnePlus 7 isn't a dedicated camera, it's just a depth assist camera, so you're not going to be able to actually shoot out of it. It's 5 megapixels with an f2.4 aperture. The HONOR 20 Pro is actually more similar to the OnePlus 7 Pro when it comes to the camera setup, and that's because you have your primary camera, you have an ultra-wide 16 megapixels with an f2.2 aperture. That's going to allow you to get a lot more into your shots. And then we've got a telephoto camera, which is going to give you 3 times optical zoom, 5 times hybrid zoom, and that has an f2.4 aperture. And then we also have a fourth camera. This is a 2 megapixel macro camera, which is going to allow you to get in very close to your subjects. Now, on versatility alone, the HONOR 20 Pro here clearly gets the advantage. You're going to be able to switch between all of those different cameras. With the OnePlus 7 Pro, you are just going to be able to use that one angle of view. And if you do want those additional cameras, you are going to have to pay around £150 more to go for the Pro. which has more comparable cameras in terms of hardware to the HONOR 20 Pro. For the front-facing cameras, we've got 16 megapixels with an f2.0 aperture on the OnePlus 7. On the HONOR 20 Pro, we've got 32 megapixels with an f2.0 aperture, so we've got much higher resolution on the HONOR 20 Pro. Now, of course, quality is going to vary and we're going to have to do some detailed testing. Definitely let me know in the comments below if you'd like me to do a detailed camera comparison of the HONOR 20 Pro, maybe with the OnePlus 7 Pro, so we can test out the different lenses as well. Moving on, looking at the fingerprint scanners, the HONOR 20 Pro has a fingerprint scanner which is on the side. The OnePlus 7 Pro has an optical in-display fingerprint scanner. Now, both of these are very fast, but I would say that the HONOR 20 Pro is faster. Of course, being a physical fingerprint scanner, it does have the advantage. Also, you do have to tap to wake the OnePlus 7 to be able to activate the optical in-display fingerprint scanner. With the HONOR 20 Pro, you can just tap it and it's super, super fast. So for speed, the HONOR 20 Pro would get the advantage. But I guess for convenience, if you do want something on your display, then the OnePlus 7 gets the advantage. Now, neither of ththese devices have a 3.5mm jack, unfortunately. And we do have stereo speakers on the OnePlus 7. We've got one here in the earpiece and we've got one bottom firing. The HONOR 20 Pro comes with a single bottom firing speaker. So for audio, the OnePlus 7 does get the advantage. Now for the batteries, the HONOR 20 Pro does have a larger battery compared to the OnePlus 7. And it also has HONOR's SuperCharge, which is around 22.5 watts. So you'll be able to get around 50% in 30 minutes. The OnePlus 7 does have fast charging, but it's not crazy fast like what we've got here on the HONOR 20 Pro. Battery life, of course, we're gonna have to do lots of tests. The HONOR 20 Pro does have great battery life. The software is really good at optimizing the device to give you great battery life so far. The OnePlus 7, I do have to do lots more testing with it. Now finally, let's look at the price. If we compare the like-for-like models, the 256 gigabytes with 8 gigabytes of RAM, then these are coming in at exactly the same price, £550. Now, if you do want to get the 128 gigabyte version with 6 gigabytes of RAM on the OnePlus 7, that does start at £500, but we are comparing like for like here. And I gotta say, both of these are packing a lot of great features. Of course, with the HONOR 20 Pro, you are getting many more cameras, more comparable to the OnePlus 7 Pro. But with the OnePlus 7, you are getting UFS 3.0 storage and you're getting an OLED display, which in my opinion is better when we look at the display alone. But of course, we've had that dewdrop notch versus that punch out. We have stereo speakers versus a single bottom firing speaker. It's an interesting battle. Definitely let me know in the comments below which one of these devices you would pick. And also let me know if there's any further coverage you'd like me to do with the HONOR 20 Pro and the OnePlus 7 and OnePlus 7 Pro. I hope you enjoyed this video and found it useful. If you did, then do hit that thumbs up button for me. It really does help me out. And if you haven't already, then be sure to subscribe and hit that bell icon so you don't miss any future coverage. Thanks for watching. This is Saf on SuperSaf TV, and I'll see you next time.